Hello there, guys. How's everybody doing? Welcome again to my channel. This is Trev from Trevessence, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about the case of Michael Spencer, the so-called bishop who was gunned down in Old Harbor a few days ago. But before we do that, if you are new here, a very special welcome to you. Thank you so much for joining us. And if you are a returning traveler, I want to say thank you for your continued support. So today we're going to talk about Michael Spencer, the 41-year-old bishop who was murdered in Jamaica a few days ago. Now, this man has admitted that he was one of those people in Jamaica who was feared. He was a pew-pew person. He was somebody who was a mayhem creator, as we call them. And he had changed his life around because he claimed that God redeemed him. And so he was on a podcast recently giving his testimony and saying how bad he was, how terrible he was, how the things that he had done were so egregious, were so cruel. He had taken out entire family, and if he didn't do it himself, he had his henchmen who he would send to commit these heinous acts. And now he claimed that this was his testimony, that God stepped in at some point and redeemed him. And now he was preaching the word of God, and he was telling the young men that they don't have to take that path. They don't have to create mayhem prior to them going to the Lord. They should, choose the Lord first, or they should just avoid badness altogether, which to me was not a bad message, but his message was also mixed. And I find issue with it because my contention is not just with him for the things he consciously did that hurt and harmed and maimed other people and society in general, but also, why would God allow an individual to create so much mayhem, to cause so much pain, and then suddenly redeem him? Does that mean that God is playing favorites? Does that mean that his soul is so precious to God that God redeemed him and not allow him to have suffered the same fate as the fate that he caused for the other people? So now God is welcoming him in his arms while the other people were damned? I'm always baffled at the order of things, because if God has the ability to stop these individuals from ever committing these acts in the first place, why wouldn't he? Why would he allow them to commit these grievous acts against humanity and then suddenly says, you know what, you have done enough now. Come to me. Come, let me redeem you. Come into my arms. I'm going to welcome you. I'm going to hug you. I'm going to give you grace. I'm going to give you peace. I have a place for you at my feet. While the other people, who these people unalived, never got that chance. Why? And I know a lot of you are going to come in here and say, we don't know the ways of God, and etc., etc. I know you all are going to come with it. But that doesn't stop me from having that question that I have. And as much as I'm prepared to never get the answers to my questions, I feel as though we blame the devil for the bad things that happen to us, but we don't hold God accountable for these bad things that he allows to happen to us, and for him offering grace and mercy to the people who do bad things to us. I don't get it. It's almost like everything we're going to find at the yard man get the blame. As you quit the Yankee them call up yard in him. Yeah. Everything bad that happens, Satan get the blame. But it's God who is allowing all these things to happen. But we never seem to hold him to account for these things. So let me know in the comments below what you all think, because I'm sure I'm not the only person who have these questions. And I know there are lots of you out there who are well read, who have some answers that we could probably work with. So let me know in the comments what you all think. I'm looking forward to it. So that's going to be it from me for today, my friends. Until next time, this is Trev from Treversons, where your journey matters.